Hi everyone, good morning. Good morning to one and all.
Anji, very, very good morning to all our dear students.
And just give us a thumbs up in the comment box and just let us know that you are able to hear us and see us. So before we start talking, just give us a thumbs up. And today we are going to talk about something which is more important but has to be learned in a sometime in our life we have to learn this idea. Now, I know you all have big dreams. Okay. So I would want you to type in your comment box and let us know, what is your big dream? Some of you have a big dream that I want to reach AIMS and do my post graduation from AIMS. I want to open my own hospital. I want to be the most famous surgeon. I want to do laparoscopy. You have your own big dreams. But the problem
Yes,
with big dreams is the
no,
problem
but
with
I
big
think it is important that you should have a big dream, right? So we want
definitely.
to
But
know whether you
I
have
just
a big
yeah.
dream in your life or not. Okay, each one of you.
Yeah, so it is very important to have a big dream. There's no doubt on that. But the problem with a big dream is some people, when they think of a big dream, they became afraid of their own dream. They're like, "Sir, itna bada soch liya, seateं to bahut kam hai," and it has a paralyzing effect on them, and they don't move forward. So today we'll dissect the idea that you need to have a big dream, but how to convert that big dream into tiny achievable targets so that you climb up the ladder and you reach there.
Absolutely. I think one of biggest hurdles that we face in our life is that we get overwhelmed. Often we get overwhelmed by the things that we have created for ourselves, right? So dream is also one of those. We make big dreams, but then we think ऐसा होता थोड़ी है, ये तो सोचना ही है बस. So yes, you should have a big dream. You should have faith in that dream. It shouldn't be just a dream. And like I always say, dreams will only work when you work, right? It's very essential that we are not daydreaming. You dream in the night, and in the day, you pursue your dreams. And today, we will talk about how to not get overwhelmed and how you can pursue your dreams bit by bit.
One of the most important habit that I want you all to inculcate is to learn how to create a micro win for yourself every single day. And I'll tell you in a nutshell that how it will help you in your mindset and also help you in your exam victory. Now, suppose you have a big dream, like a friend of mine, he said that he has a big dream that he wants to open a big hospital. I said, okay, start with a clinic. He said, no, I want to own a very big hospital. But the problem with a big hospital is it would require land, capital, multiple things. And sometimes that thought of itself deters you and he doesn't start. Now, if you had started with a clinic, after a few years, you would add a few beds, you would add a blood bank, a lab services, and gradually you will reach to that point. But you need to take that first step. Now, convert it into exam preparation. You want to reach to aims. Okay, very good. Now, keep it in the back of your head. You have a dream. I agree. I respect that. But I will respect you more if you start working on it. Now, you start giving yourself micro targets every day. Now, it helps us in two ways. नाउ यू आर नॉट डिलेइंग योर हैप्पीनेस फॉर द बिग विन. ऐसा नहीं है ना कि मैं उसी दिन खुश हूंगा जिस दिन फेरारी खरीदूंगा. ऐसा नहीं है. यू स्टार्ट गेटिंग हैप्पी after every micro win. You put a tracker, like you have a dams planner which is available on Amazon. You have a dams tracker on your app also, that today I did a question bank 50 questions, today I did a test, today I attended a lecture, and you start marking the tick. Gradually what will happen is, and you will hear a lot of people talk about it, successful people have good habits, and to develop good habits you need that discipline to do that daily micro win, and also celebrate it. You become happy about it also, that okay, I did it. Instead of waiting for the big macro win to happen, you start doing micro, and one day you reach the big win.
Absolutely. So I have two examples about this, which I have started using not just in my personal life, but also as an educator. I realized when I was constantly telling students, give a grand test, they were saying, ha, ek din denge. Ma'am, one day I will give. When in the whole month, when I have a off Sunday, when I haven't done anything, I will take out the whole day, then I will give a grand test. And I thought that, yeah, they're delaying this thing. So I said, how do I convert it into something where it becomes a habit and they enjoy the process? So what I did was, I stopped telling them to give a grand test. I started telling them, okay, today I will put 10 MCQs in my Telegram channel and everybody will give those 10 MCQs. Suddenly, I converted the big task into a smaller task, and I thought and I saw more students appearing. Initially, 1500 were giving the quiz. So I was like, okay, this is working. Then what did I do? Then I started asking them, what is your score in today's 10 MCQs? So, and I started rewarding them. So I said, anybody who gets 9 or 10 out of 10 will get a fire emoji that you were on fire today. Anyone who got 7 or 8 out of 10, I'll give you my heart, right? And anyone less than 7, I am going to buck you up with a thumbs up. And I saw that students started telling me their scores. They were looking out for that small win, 10 out of 10. It is nothing. It's just 10 MCQs today. But I started seeing that the students were getting hooked up, right? The I could convert their bigger dream into smaller wins, and every day they were happy about their performance. It motivated them to solve more MCQs. It also motivated them to look out for their mistakes. So I thought that this is what my students needed: a discipline, a smaller target which is doable, and I must reward my students in no matter smallest possible way when they achieve that small win. Let me not rule them out by saying, "Arey, kya hai? It is just 10 MCQs." I thought, no, I'm going to look out for them and I'm going to tell them that you've done a good job today. This is how I inculcated the habit of solving mini targets every single day, and I could see that it is making a difference in the life of my students.
And definitely, Dr. Deepti then went on to apply the same principle in the daily quiz on the app. You have a
Yes,
5 question every day, and many thousands of students participate. Now, the important thing is that we did not stop at that. We realized that okay, 5 questions are working on it, and Dr. Deepti started a 20 question test called as Transform
yes,
10x. And
exactly. That's how the idea of
the
transform came
goal
up.
was that if you're giving you a 50 question test, a 100 question test, a 200 question test, you are you want to do it. You mean well. We understand that you want to do it. You want to do big things in life. You agree. But the problem is that a big target is overwhelming. Like Dr. Deepti said in the beginning, you get overwhelmed and you are like कि यार ये तो बहुत बड़ा पेपर है, एक दिन और तैयारी कर लेता हूँ फिर करूंगा, let me revise one more time then I'll give the test, or maybe today my mind is not fresh, maybe tomorrow when I had a good sleep then I'll give it, and you
Yes.
start delaying, you start procrastinating. So the idea is to break it down. So what we achieved by this tiny intervention was our students, they started doing 5 MCQs every single day on the app in the midnight, and by the end of a month those 5 MCQs become 150, and they started doing 20 MCQs on the transform, and by the end of a month it would become maybe 2 3 GTs you have already given with us without
Yes.
even realizing
Without
that you have done it, and you have those micro wins also, like
In
Dr. Devi said.
fact, the great thing about it is, Dr. Sumail, not only are they giving it, it becomes easier to do the analysis as well. When I tell them that do the transform 10x mini test, they come back and they tell me, oh, they got 15 out of 20. So now they have done only 5 mistakes. And if I ask them that please go and review these 5 mistakes, they're more than happy to do it. When they give a GT and they come back and they say, ma'am, I got only 120 correct. Now they have 80 questions to review. Suddenly they're not doing it. They're saying, ma'am, kaise kare, ho hi nahi raha hai, ye nahi ho raha hai, wo. So then I again helped them there by breaking it down. I said, okay, you can't see all 80 today, your mistakes. Let's focus on bottom 3 or bottom 5 subjects, right? Let's first figure out what are the mistakes that I've done in these bottom 5 subjects, and once I am able to do that, I will increase my number. I will go to bottom 7 subjects and so on. And suddenly, the bigger task becomes doable. You are able to cover up your mistakes and therefore improve for the next test. And then the habit is not just habit, it is a positive habit. It is improving us, it is making us better than what we are.
And I'll tell you a concept called as compounding. The power of compounding is very big. You all want to win big day one. I don't want to win on the day one itself. I want to win long term. So there is a rule, you can Google it up also. If I get 1% better than what I was before I was yesterday, if I improve 1% every single day, by the end of 1 year, due to power of compounding, the mathematics says I will be 38 times better than what I was when I started. So I hope you get the idea of the 1% power, that you are not targeting 100% improvement. You are not targeting improving to like say in the ek din paper diya and I become the best. It's not possible. But you're targeting at least 1% improvement. At the end of the year, you will be 40 times better than what you were at the beginning of the year. That is power of compounding. This is what the top financial experts also use. It is not just for about exams. You hear this in all the investors and all the ideas. They will not earn money on the day when you put money. Tomorrow you become a millionaire. It doesn't happen like this. They work on the power of compounding, and that is what our purpose of today's session is. We want to tell you that we respect your dream. We are happy that you have a big dream. We are very, very excited about your big dreams. But we want you to break those big dreams into tiny wins, achieve them every day, target 1% improvement in yourself every single day. At least this much you can do. And you start compounding. You start winning the game. This is the simplest thing that we practice even in our enterprise. Whenever we are planning a student program, we plan those things, and we do that for our team members. For everyone that we are doing, we always use the method of tiny improvements, compounding effect, create the big innovation. For example, recently on our app we launched the AI tool. So it started off as an idea, then we it added a small layers, and ultimately it came out to be a big idea where now all our students are using the AI driven summaries of the lectures, and it is the game changer this year. I believe that this year the rank one will say, "Boss, Cortex AI summaries ने बहुत help किया." The reason is because it is magical. You after you hear a teacher, you just press the button, and suddenly the AI will tell you, "Don't miss out on these golden points from the lecture that the teacher is saying." It's beautiful.
Absolutely, yes. And the always, the idea behind what we are trying to tell you is that, the bigger targets are overwhelming. You're less likely to be consistent with them. You are less likely to be driven to achieve them. When you convert those bigger targets into small, well defined targets, you're more likely to consistently do it. You're more likely to achieve tiny wins, which then push you for the next target. And it is like a self propelling thing. Also, as Dr. Sumed said, it ensures that you are improving by yourself bit by bit. Even if it is 1%, it would mean something very significant eventually, which is what we are looking out for. So, always at the beginning of the day, you should be ready with smaller targets. What I will do in the next 2 hours, right? Not what I'll do in the whole day. What I will do in next 2 hours, write it down, and you will see that you're more likely to achieve it. And towards the end, I really want to say this. You should use this for your personal life as well. I mean, apart from academics, you should think about small happiness as well. A lot of times you think, okay, nahi, wo hoga, so I will buy something big. But in turn, you lost on so many smaller things, small happiness that you could achieve every day, right? So look out for the small happiness to keep your mental health going. And eventually, yes, the bigger things that you're looking out for in your life will also come to you. But never miss on the small happiness that you can acquire every single day by doing small things, right? It could be anything. Every day do something that brings a little joy in your life.
And towards the end, all we would highlight today is that we all have big dreams. But sometimes dreams are abstract. That you will say, "Sir, I want to become a great doctor." It's understandable. You need to convert that dream into a goal. The goal would become that by the year of next 1 year, 2 year, this is where I want to reach. You make it time bound, and then you convert that goal into tiny achievable targets, because you won't reach that ladder now. Abhi jaise suppose you say mujhe India ka sabse famous surgeon banna hai, you need to first do first year MBBS, second year MBBS, third year MBBS, then you become MBBS MS, then you do MCH, you do some specialization, you build your practice, you build relationships, you build your skill, you build your hand, and power of compounding, you will become a very famous surgeon one day. But the problem is you want it today. It is not possible. It's not possible. You need to learn the power of compounding. It is very, very strong tool. Break down your dream into a achievable goal, then achievable targets, and you start achieving them. Like Dr. Deepti said, start getting happy about achieving them, because you don't want to become happy only when you buy that Lamborghini. You want to become happy today. So happiness is unrelated to the final outcome. Journey is more important. A journey would be full of those tiny achievements and tiny targets that you achieve every single day. On this note, I wish you all a great morning ahead, and do let us know about your CBT experience. I know many of you are appearing for the DAMS INICET CBT today in the computer centers all over India. I'm very proud to say India's only simulated exam happening in the computer centers today. That is the tiny victory that we
Please
achieved.
ensure that you all give the INICET CBT. It is one of your smaller targets to help you reach the bigger target. And always remember, dreams are like rockets. They can take you to the next big level, but they won't work by themselves unless you work on the engines. So you have to do every single day some work on the engine to propel your rocket to reach the big dream that you're looking out for. So all the best, everyone. Go give the CBT and let us know how it went. Okay?
We're
All the
looking
best.
forward for your feedbacks for the CBT exam.
Cortex AI, new groundbreaking feature on DAMS eMedicoz app. Vision of our founders to bring meaningful impact in medical education by the doctors for the doctors. AI bringing automatic timestamps for easy navigation in the Back to Basics lectures. Click on Cortex AI icon to automatic lecture summaries and key points. AI predictive test on each lecture. AI-generated performance guidance reports for DAMS QBank and test series. Making you an AI-driven superpower.